All right, folks, you're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. I'm sitting back here in Lonzo Land Studios, newly renamed Zotown, with a brother who knew it as Lonzo Land back in the day. Man, this brother right here, he got more stories about me than he tell me stuff I forgot. My guest today is one of the first, you got to be one of the first crossover groups with Bloods and Crips.
We are the first.
Yes, one of the first groups that was founded right here at Lonzo Land Studios back in the day. My man, Mike T from CMW, y'all. Give him up for Mike T, y'all.
Compton Most Wanted. Hey.
Compton Most Wanted, y'all. Man, you know, Mike and I go back, 30 years, man?
Yeah.
And he's always on Facebook. I see him doing his thing, and he saw the post I did talking about the time when we had to go out there and get my shit back from that nigga. Lonzo, I'm gonna come by and do the podcast. Come on, man, let's do this. Yeah. And he lived way out in Lancaster, but he go to church in Inglewood.
Yep, represent the wood.
And he came by the pad today to sit with me for a minute, and we're gonna kick it old school for a minute. Man, how you been doing, man?
Man, I'm living, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Life can't get no worse, no better, man. Just
you know,
straight
I think about y'all, man. You know, at this studio of mine, I've been here 37 years, man. And I've been in my same house 37 years. Started off with Dre and them, then y'all came, then I had the the Freaky Boys, and various crews I've worked with over the years. And it amazes me how many of these guys who could have been on the way to penitentiary, kidney failure, whatever.
That was me.
Turn their shit around. I'll see them years later. Hey, what's up, Lonzo? Nigga, I don't recognize you sober, nigga. And nigga, I hate to tell you this, you one of them motherfuckers.
That was me. Yeah, I party. I'm telling you, like I tell people, I tell them I don't drink no more. They say why? Because I party too much.
You know, I'd come to the studio, man. It would be 40-ounce bottles everywhere and pistols. No weed. Just 40-ounce bottles. I mean, I put my trash out. It's like I was at the recycling joint, just be clanging and shit.
$2 out the door it was back then.
And it was a different vibe. But you know one thing, you told me something about the shit you guys used to do, and when I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? That's true, man. Because I came up one day, Mr. 3-4 guns on the floor, on the desk and shit. Nigga, why y'all got pistols on this? Oh man, you know. And man, put them damn guns in your car. All right, Lonzo. Never got disrespected. Never got disrespected. I had Bloods and Crips in the studio. I had Bloods and Crips in my studio at the same time. Mike from Inglewood, Eiht from Tragnew, God knows who else was over here. And it was always an understanding we're here for one purpose. That's to make music and hopefully make some money.
That's right.
So how long did you stay with CMW, man?
Still with them. Still got a radio station that I do 24/7. It's cmwgang.com.
Okay.
Merchandise, new music, videos, everything. I run all that.
No, you really?
Yeah, because what happened is Eiht and Chill concentrate on their solo career so much. Chill represents the CMW, but Eiht has been in a solo career so long.
Okay.
It's kind of hard for him sometimes to adjust the CMW way, but he did go back, and they got a new album, dropped Friday. A CMW album called Gangsta Business, and Eiht dropped his double album was called Official.
Okay.
So the group's still together. We perform maybe once a year. We did Crush Groove.
Okay,
all the Crush Groove at the forums.
I remember that.
We all there. You know what I'm saying? We all come together. We all separate. We come. But that was the plan Eiht and I did way back. Right before
like the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the plan we came up with back in Texas about before we did Music to Drive-By album.
Okay.
We were sitting in a van, and I asked him, I said, how many albums you got left with Epic? He said, I got 4. I said, well, do the next one, the Music to Drive-By CMW, and do the next 2 or 3 solo, because Eiht did all the writing.
Okay.
So I said, if you do all the writing on these albums, they know us as a group, but they don't know who's doing all the writing. A lot of people don't look at the credits and all that. They look at the faces, and people are very simple.
Right.
So I said, man, show who the pen man is. Okay. I said, feature us on the first 2, and then after that, just go solo. And then we'll come back there maybe 6 or 7 years and do an album. I mean, he kept his format since then. He respected it. Okay. People don't know this because I don't tell people my business because everybody got a different retirement plan.
Okay.
So if you want to know, ask, but don't think I'm just going to blurt my business out so you can just have something to talk about. That ain't how I function.
Right.
So it's still to today. Still, Eiht actually put this last album out and his album, the executive producer, and he doing it. He shot the video. Everything. I think we got a video shoot coming up too.
Okay. You know what, man? somebody told me something. I didn't even dawn on me at the time, but I didn't realize while you guys hanging around, I saw what I was doing and what was happening around here. Y'all just kind of took that thing, that formula, and made it work for yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And it made me a mentor that I wasn't even trying to be. And I tell people all the time, somebody always watching you. Go ahead.
I learned more from you than I learned from anybody.
Bullshit.
Not lying, right hand to God.
You ain't saying it because you sitting here.
Nope. I ain't said it because I left church. I'm not lying. Lonzo, I don't know. You used to get so frustrated when you did your own thing. I should come down and just say what's up to you. See, you be looking like, I never asked you for no money.
Right. Never have.
Never asked you for no money because I was grateful that you just came up and opened the doors and let me come in without knowing. I didn't understand what I was doing. Remember I told you I had a drum machine, the SB12, and a cassette, and I recorded Symphony and learned how to start it, and I came in your studio, and I did some remix for you. The first night I did after that, I started learning.
Okay.
So I was grateful that you let me learn and bring my people in and try to figure out how to record them and all this other little stuff. I still got the same mind I had then, the same mind I used to record on the FL Studios or Pro Tools when I do my EQs and all that. It's the same format. But you would tell me about returns, how they holding it, when you start sending your music to Africa. And I sit there and just suck all this in and like, I'm not doing no label by myself.
Right.
right.
You know,
I didn't do a label by myself, man, until Wix came out with the Wix Distributed, and I released like a couple of records that people had did, and then a couple of records joints that I did. I produced it, just had the rapper, a couple of little in-crowd thing, and I did that for a little while. Then I just shut all that stuff down, and I just started doing instrumental albums, man. Wow. That's all I do.
Now it's crazy, man, because nobody told me how much work it would take to run a label. And I thought it was just, like anything else, nightclub, whatever. But it's a lot more to it. I kind of had to build a plane as I was flying the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Every take it off, nigga, you understand? No, nigga, you better learn to get the book. Wasn't no Google back then. So, but because I was trying to do it, and it just was something that had to be done, I kind of paved the way for a lot of other cats as well. But I didn't know who was watching. I didn't know you was watching like that.
I watched you and I watched Unknown. And Unknown, I told you, he dropped off in your studio. Me and him lost connection.
Okay.
About him and Eiht and certain things he was doing. I said, dude, I told Unknown just like this. If you be honest with him right now, I guarantee you'd be bigger than anything you think of out here. I said, I have the Crips and the Bloods watching your back. Not how Suge did it, but just like, hey man, do it, because all of them wanted to rap. So I said, I will keep them at a certain distance to where they got to go through me to get through you. And if you like it, then you bring them in, but just learn to tell them. It's like, they don't, how can I say it? You can't be in the recording industry unless you know how to do a word problem. I tell people that all the time. Right. That train leave here, that train leave here, they test. You don't get that question right, you're not going to get them contracts right.
Never will get a contract right.
And most people want to hear you explain it so they can go,
It's not that kind of party.
And go, you understand it or you don't.
You got to comprehend, baby. You got to know how to comprehend. And that's how they get people. That's how they take advantage of so many artists, because most artists won't read the contracts.
But these days, it's so much. If you went independent, you still need that machine, all of the outlets to go. You don't know where to send it to get it out there like a viral thing. Damn, I almost lost my train of thought real quick. But it made it easier. You know what I'm saying? To do an album with somebody and just use, all you gotta do is use the email of the publishing company. That'll separate a lot of the advanced, stuff that's going on. You don't have no advancements now. If I got two guys who went in your studio and did it, I put it on my little computerized label and stuff like that. But it's a lot easier. I'm telling you, BMI, they don't charge you.
Right.
You can copyright a whole album for $55 electronically. So there you go, right there. Your sound scan is free, basically. So your digital world is up. You know what I'm saying? But now physical, that's a whole different discussion.
It was a lot tougher back then because you had to have a lot more money just to get started. You couldn't think about going in the studio unless you had $1,500, $2,000. That's just to record it. You ain't made a test
buy it. Just to buy the 808. You had to buy 808. You had to buy a turntable, a needle. You had to buy a DMX, a recorder, an 8-track, a 4-track, microphones. Man, that shit was expensive back then.
But not only were you a producer, you was a DJ.
Yeah, I was
so
DJ
you understood my world more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Because I was a DJ first and foremost, and I transitioned into a club owner, later a record producer, and it just was a hell of a transition, and it's amazing how many DJs turned into producers.
All of us. Every last one of us. Me, Battle Cat,
Slip,
Shit, Joe Cooley, everybody, Bobcat, everybody was a DJ first. Egyptian Lover, everybody was a DJ first.
Right.
Then we went straight to making beats. The first thing everybody got their hands on was 808 or DMX or something of that sort. 909 or 707.
Right.
That's exactly what made everybody transform.
Now, I gotta change the subject. Did you go with us on that crazy run out to Fontana?
Nah.
You wasn't there that day. Okay, so you wasn't felony bound that day. Okay.
Nah.
Oh man, I see so many of the guys, man, from that album, from the Compton's Most Wanted album, dude. And I'm really proud of all of them, dude. Out of all the cats, I think it's like 22 cats on that album, dude. I think you didn't make the album cover, though, did you?
Nope, I made the back, but not the front.
Okay,
Stopped at McDonald's.
Okay. Out of all the guys that was on the album cover, I think it's like 23 different people. Only one of them I lost to the penitentiary.
Master Ryan.
Okay, and he waited till he turned 40 years old to want to be a rookie game bringer, which I never understood that, no way. And then I just found out that some two big dudes on the corner, man. Both of them died.
Oh, Stripe and his brother?
Yeah, I didn't know that till yesterday. I mean, the Friday.
I didn't know till now.
Yeah, Stripe and his brother died, man. I was sitting up there, I was talking to, brother hit me on Facebook Messenger and asked me how I was doing, and he said, "Oh man, Bob, I see you since Stripe died." His brother died. I said, "His brother? Yeah, he died like his brother Stripe from kidney failure." I'm like, "What?" I asked about him, and nobody had seen him. I know why you ain't seen him now.
Everybody on there, I pretty much still connect with Slip, the twins. Looney Tunes up there in Washington. Vanilla C, I still talk to her here and there. She pops in.
Okay.
She was in Texas for a minute. Quicksand's in Atlanta. I wouldn't visit him this year.
Okay.
Tone. Only one I've seen is what's his name?
Keith.
I haven't seen him. But
he was in Linwood. I talked to him a couple of years ago. He was doing the single daddy thing.
Oh, okay.
He still was doing music. He had a couple of daughters. Him and his wife, the girl, the baby mama didn't work out, and he was on the single daddy thing. He probably underground like a summer gun.
Matt and Tone, I talk to them all the time. We call each other and just be on the phone for hours. Who else? Jolly Joe, he in Linwood.
Okay.
Rick Rock, he's still, I don't know if he left his mama house, but he's down there.
Rick Rock, I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah.
So I pretty much keep in contact with everybody that's on there.
Chuck,
Chuck Small, seen him at the...
That nigga preaching.
Yeah, he's a preacher.
Of all the niggas, you don't know Chuck Small. Chuck Small was the craziest little
tandem.
Remind you of black-ass Chucky, okay?
Yeah.
And he was always into something. One of the craziest little cats in the world. Next time I saw me on the suit and tie and was praising the Lord. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I ain't mad at you, Doc. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Everybody go through transition.
Rockin' Tom was a teacher.
I know he's a teacher.
That nigga a teacher.
Ah.
Rockin' Tom with his good 40-ounce killing ass is a teacher. In fact, he brought one of his son-in-law to the studio one day to the pad to get a copy of my book. Found out he was a lobbyist. Me and him been tight ever since. And he's on my board for the Lyrical Revolution, my nonprofit. So yeah, man, everybody, Slip, what he's doing, his stuff that he's doing out there with the robotics in the ocean.
Yeah, the oceanography.
Oceanography, that's some cold shit. So, I tell people all the time, try music. One thing about music, it's so time consuming to get it halfway right. It'll help you get through periods of time when you could be out in the streets doing some dumb shit.
You know what got me, man? A couple of years ago, a guy from Europe, he was from England.
Okay.
He gave me a phone interview. So I'm in my car, on the Bluetooth. He asked me questions and stuff. And I never thought about it. He said, "Did hip-hop save your life?" And I'm driving down El Segundo. Right when he said it, my car, the hose to my radiator had busted.
Okay.
But I had to slow down. I said, "Hold on real quick." I said, "That's a good damn question." I pulled the car to the side for a second, let it cool down. And my girl sitting there like, "Why you looking like that?" I said, "Hip-hop did save my ass."
Hip-hop saved your life, man.
I said, all the times I went in to go practice to be the best DJ, I still went out on the streets, but I didn't go out every day.
Right.
I went, when I felt convenient to go out on the streets, but it was out of space. If it wasn't for me going in the house DJing, listening to these rap records, and trying to understand how to make them, how to do what I do, and be in these clubs, man, I'd probably been dead or in jail a long time ago. Because my temper wasn't the best temper in the
No. I can attest to that.
But it wasn't the best.
I tell people a lot of times that just the fact that you have a kid that's interested in hip-hop, and if they can get focused, stay in tune, pick up an instrument, a drum machine, or a keyboard, or a computer, and learn to cut tracks. Now, the only problem is we have to try and get them to redirect some of the lyrics so they won't continue to this degradation of the black community. we can't get no lower. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It
Go ahead.
really ain't the artist's fault. It's the executive's fault. The executive put up the money for this because they know statistics. So
Right.
if they start putting more money behind conscious rap, then everybody will change their pen to
If they
conscious rap.
started paying for conscious rap, everybody would be a goddamn scholar. We got to make them want to pay for conscious rap because conscious rap actually was waiting its turn in line to take over hip hop for a long time. But it's so much money in stupid shit right now. The stupid shit is king. But at some point in time, and I think this is where the grown folks of hip hop come in, and we have to say enough is enough. And that's just my personal opinion. Had nothing to do with my guests, the podcast, site, anything. So when y'all get ready to start canceling shit, just cancel me and fuck y'all. But at some point in time, we have to understand that all money ain't good money. And that's the problem.
No.
Everybody chasing the bag, but when the bag is standing over a goddamn alligator pit, and you wonder why you got an alligator up your ass, because you were trying to get the bag hanging over alligator pit, okay? Yeah. That's real shit. Oh, when was the last time you talked to Eiht?
About a week ago.
Okay.
I told him I was going to have him to go live and promote his album, but, he coaches like football, and I don't know what his schedule is.
Everybody's doing that, though, man. Toddy T does that.
He's been doing it forever, though. He's been doing it ever since he hooked up with Snoop.
Okay.
Snoop started that league, Eiht started coaching.
Right.
So
my
brother does it, too. I forgot about that.
My son-in-law, he's big in the, he actually makes all the apparel for the football league out in Reno Valley. But, yeah, shout out to my son-in-law, Big Chill CEO out there in Reno Valley, Mo Valley. Big Chill, as he says, he approved this announcement. But anyway, I'm waiting on Chill. We talked a couple of weeks ago. He was in Atlanta. He's coming to do the podcast, and I know his crazy ass was when we made that move. And it just, people. You talk about a lot of old stuff. You know what? The old shit we did. If you niggas did that shit now, you niggas wouldn't see the penitentiary. You would never see the light of day again. Okay, you couldn't pull that shit again. Okay,
Hey, I got one for you.
What's that?
When we shot the Compton Cartel album cover at the train station.
Oh damn! I forgot about that one.
Remember I ran across the tracks and slid under the gate, and the police said, and I came back around and bought my ticket. The guy said, "You was the one that ran across." He just looked at me. The cop just stared at me. He said, "I don't believe you did that." He said, he just walked away. Just walked.
We were shooting the Compton Compilation 2 album, right?
Yeah.
And we in Compton, the Compton train station, not far from the courthouse, over by the grocery store side. And we were just on the platform taking pictures. And train passed by once, train passed by twice. Third time the train passed by, it was cops everywhere. Okay, and I was just happened to be on the bottom floor. On the steps, and I saw them, and they was tripping on us not having tickets. So I walked over and started buying tickets. Okay, and I walked up the platform, started passing tickets out. Cop got mad because I'm passing out tickets. Now, what part of that story do you remember? Because everybody, let me tell you something about stories. Everybody has a different version of the same story. That was my role in that story. Okay. Now, Mike T.
My role, I had my truck parked illegally.
Okay.
So I ran across the tracks, ran up under the gate, jumped in my truck, and took off.
Okay.
Parked into the shopping center, walked back, and bought the ticket. So the cop said, because he said, I should give you a ticket right now for running across the tracks. He said, but you did it so fast. He said, how did you get up under that gate? And he just stood there, He said, wow. He said, he just kept looking at me, trying to figure me out. I just turned around and said, I got my ticket, and just walked back over there.
That was the Compton Cartel album, the second album we did.
The Back in the Hood album.
Back in the Hood. Man, I forgot all about that shit. We went to court. We had to go to court for that shit because I couldn't get enough tickets fast enough to get everybody a ticket. And I think everybody pretty much got off on that shit. They even gave people tickets that they gave people tickets that I bought tickets for. And they tried to put the time difference on the ticket, but the judge was like, that ain't making sense. Why would you give him a ticket after he bought a ticket?
Because they thought it was more than what it was because the clothes we had on.
Right. We stand up. We just taking pictures. We wasn't hurting nobody, but they was looking a little thuggish, and they talked to me and jammed me up and shit. I said, I'm a record company. We just doing record company on it. We doing an album cover, blah blah blah. Well, you can't be on the platform. And I ticket. Okay, cool. Too bad. Here, everybody got tickets now. We still writing tickets. Okay, fine. See y'all in court. See y'all in court. Shit, what the fuck? And we won. So what the hell? You know, it is what it is. You know, back in the day, I'm gonna give me one of them old ass harp. Back in
Going
the day,
to the memory.
back in the
real.
day, everybody had a Nissan truck, and Mike T was no exception. Tires stick out like 6 inches from the side of the car. Had to have the mud flaps on the back.
Never put them on. Always got tickets.
Always got tickets. Had humps in the car. I think, what do you call them back then? We call them sounds, humps.
Sounds, hump, same thing. Beat in the car.
Only held 3 people.
3.
But how long did you have that, man?
That truck?
Yeah.
I finally got rid of it, man, about 90. I sold it 95.
You
Bought it
can't,
90 and got rid of 95.
you can't find one now.
You know what? You're right. You can't find it. You know what made me get rid of it?
What?
I had a girlfriend I had broke up with, and I started renting my grandmama's apartment. It was a back apartment, right? There's 3 apartments in this thing. There's a house in the front, a house up above the garage, and a house way in the back. I parked my truck in the back on purpose, and I looked if she was at my door. I said, "Oh my God! If you could see my truck, dude, a long driveway."
Yeah. Wow.
And she found that truck in that driveway. Everybody knew that truck.
Right.
And I was the only one running around with all the equipment I used to rent in the back
Okay.
and just be driving down. It was all black. Remember, everything was just black. And I had to get rid of that truck. I was like, everybody, what could I do?
Right. That's why I stopped doing the commercial, personalized license plates. I had my RX-7, had the lines on it, and somebody said me, and I was in front of my girl, "Hey, man, I saw you over on so-and-so street." "No, you didn't." "Yes, you did." "Yes, I did." "No, you didn't." "It was an RX-7 just like yours." "No, you didn't." You at your place, the lines, oh, fuck. Yeah, I wasn't driving it though. I'm lying like I'm trying to get the fuck up. Okay.
You know the nickname for that truck was?
What?
The truck.
The truck.
They still call it the Mike. Remember you used to have the truck?
Yeah.
The truck. They always say the truck. The truck. The truck. Okay.
truck.
Yeah, the truck.
Wow, that's crazy. Tell me a story about you was telling me earlier about the turntables
Oh, yeah. I used to DJ at Hollywood Live, right?
on Hollywood Boulevard. Big club.
Big club. Yeah, the production company, Diamond Productions, back then was the one who actually kicked that club off. They found that they kicked it off on the next level. So Ice T, we was doing either Friday or Saturday nights. Ice T decided he was going to do Wednesday and do Water the Bush. The promoter guy on drugs. Not the promoter guy. Got that wrong. The sound man that ran the club, he designed the whole sound system in the club. This guy, he was a freaking genius, but sometimes you get to that. My mother always says that line between smart and irrational craziness. Remember, bass bottoms always went on the floor. And that club in that corner, he built the bass bottoms as a big triangle box at the top. Sir in Vegas, he had 15s in there, 18s in there, and he had like 12 in each side. And when that bass rang in that club, I'm talking about, it would drive you crazy. And then he had the turntables on some type of a material, and they went from the second level all the way down into the floor, and it wasn't supposed to touch nothing.
Okay.
So if you touch the turntable, it'll move. So I had to learn how to DJ on that. He said it wouldn't get back no feedback. But he had the office in the back, so he would turn the music down, because he kept, our music had super bass. Everybody else's music kind of like thump back then. So promoter sent me in the back to tell him to turn the music up. I went back there, and prior to this, he had asked me to rent my turntables to him for what was it, $100 a week. I'm like, well, okay, cool. I got 2. I already had 2 more. Something crazy. But he tried to blame Ice T and them for stealing my first set of turntables.
Okay.
Come to find out, Ice T and them didn't steal it. He had them in his office and tried to steal my turntables. So I got them back. Sucker me. Once I got to win there and argue with him and got them back, I had 2 sets of turntables. I had 4 turntables, 4 taken to 100. So he talked to me again about a month later about renting them again. Same price. I gave them back to him. This time they come up missing. And about 4 months later, I come to visit him. They had nothing to do but come and visit him, and it's up at his office. I don't know where he got it from.
My house.
Your house.
Mike
My
T.
name
Turner.
engraved on them. DJ Mike T.E.E.
Wow. I remember the turntable. Don't know how I got the son of a bitch, but I remember the turntable. Wow. That happened to my buddy Edwin. You know Edwin? From Music People?
Yeah.
Edwin and I was at the Eve After Dark one day. We kicking it. So I got a call. No, I know I got a call. Hey, man, I got these BGWs for sale, these amplifiers. how many you got? I got about 20 of them. How much you want for them? $100 a piece. I'm like, shit, that's like $2,000. I ain't got no $2,000 right now, but I'm gonna call my buddy up. Between the two of us, we can jump on these turntables. Right? I mean, these amplifiers. Edwin shows up to the studio. Homeboy he brought up two amps, and he got the rest of them in his truck. He's showing us what he got. Edwin flips over the turntable. He said, the amplifier. He said, this is my amplifier. And right there on the side, music people. Well, come to find out, the white boy worked at the repair shop at BGW right there on Hawthorne. We talked him out of all his turntables. He gave them all up.
Wow.
Man, I don't want no problem. He gave them all up.
He had a problem with that boy.
He gave them all up, and then we had to make. I can't tell you what we did on film, but it was a very profitable move for everybody involved. Okay, but it was just crazy how shit would happen like that because back then, the DJ seemed so small, till wasn't but a handful of cats doing shit, and everybody knew who was doing what. How your turntable ended up in my studio, I couldn't tell you, Mike. But I know I didn't steal the motherfucker. If a damn
show. You didn't steal it. It made me feel better that they did get stolen this time, and it ended up with you. I knew you. I didn't need them. I still had the same other ones I had. Right. At least they ended up. I said semi-home.
Right. Wow, that's crazy, Doc. That is crazy.
Semi-home. It was crazy when you had Booker over here too. Booker grew up in my neighborhood.
Right.
Me and his son was like this for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ever see him?
Who?
Booker's son.
Yeah. Well, he in St. Louis right now. Okay. I talked to him on Facebook.
Okay. I'd like to talk to that cat, man. See what's happening with him. Anyway, folks, you are live with another history lesson right here with my boy Mike T from CMW, Compton's Most Wanted. The Green-Eyed Bandit from Compton's Most Wanted, y'all.
Hey, this dude right here gave me my chance to be a producer. Didn't know me from diddly scratch. He knew me around Slip, but I mean, you can see a person next to a person. I don't mean he really knowing you like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So one day I'm drinking on a 40 ounce. Got my mama keys to her car, so I'm gonna go over and ask him who in the studio. Because what happened? I think I came over one day for something, and Battle Cat was working back here.
Okay.
And he was doing one of the Z-Rock records.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And me and Cat asked me to scratch on. I said, one of these days I'm gonna come back and make one with Cat. So I came back and asked was Cat. He was like, nah, he's something. I'm like, who working back? He was like, nobody. And I was like, damn, I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know what a mixing board. I didn't know how to do the EQ. I knew how to do the up and down level, how to hook equipment up by being a DJ.
Right.
But as far as running Simply, doing the start time, I figured that part out. But levels, how I kick a snare, I didn't know none of that shit.
Wow.
I went back there and cut you a record that same night. That's what it's called, West Coast All Stars. By what was my name back then? West Coast Renegade. No, DJ Renegade.
DJ Renegade. I still got that shit. I got, what?
I need a copy of that. I never heard it since the day we met.
I got a garage. I was going through my garage one day, man, and some guys from Japan came over here to go through my records, and they buy a lot of the old vinyl and stuff, right? And I had a section. I didn't know. I forgot I had it. I had a section with all my mixes, my mix 12 inches and stuff that you guys did for me back in the day. And I ran across that. I think you did one with Jinx too, didn't you? For Call Them Hoes? That you did that one?
No, I didn't do that one.
Okay.
I did a song with Jinx, but not that one.
But anyway, we have I have a whole. In fact, I got to rearrange my garage because I hadn't had it rearranged since then. Anyway, I got that, and I probably got the plates for that shit. You might see that shit on eBay one day. You never know.
Man, you know what they don't know, dude?
What's that?
All right, remember Chris the Glove made, what was the first mix record that he made? What was that thing called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There was a pyramid mix on it, though.
Right.
What was the name of that record? I can't think of it. But remember, right after that, I didn't know this for years, that you guys was the New York Scratch Masters, the Z-Rock Mix Tricks. What else did y'all have? Scratch Party.
Scratch Party, yeah.
Scratch Party is the first ones I ever bought. That was you, dude. Man, you are the legend of that dude. Go online, you gonna see all your only song that ain't on there is that original mix I made for you, all the Dr. Dre stuff with the DJ Renegade. But all your stuff is on YouTube. And when YouTube first came out, the first thing I did was check all the old records I did, and everything popped up. Even all the stuff popped up except that one record. But those the Scratch Parties right there, go check the numbers on there.
I'm gonna check the numbers. I'm gonna get my
Them
shit.
things is up there, dude. And another thing I would like to trip off of, I always trip off of, is how the United States don't support older artists like new. It's like a curse.
It is.
And see, every generation with that curse, every generation is 10 times worse. So our generation was 10 times worse than your generation.
Right.
And then this new generation is 10 times worse than Nelly's generation.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They got a little better with money-wise. They was getting better money with Nelly and their generation. But this generation now, where they pants is like, this they butt cheeks here and they pants is down here. Hey, that's...
Mike T, you hit the nail on the head, dude. But that's not an accident though, dude. The more you separate the new school from the old school, the more you can keep fucking the new school.
Yeah.
Okay. The more you can separate the old school from, because what made me successful was I had old school guys I could go to.
Exactly.
See, my people, my mentors were not hip hop cats; they were blues dudes. Okay, because hip hop wasn't around yet.
See,
but the
before
game
hip
don't
hop,
change.
it was talent that ran the industry.
Right.
When hip hop came in, it was like the internet. It's free for all. Whoever can get in there can get their foot in there. That's what the industry, social media is. If you can get in there to make this money, you can make it on YouTube doing whatever's creative. If it's creative or not, you can be extra boring and make some money or make a name for yourself on YouTube or Instagram.
Right. It ain't about it. It's not about the talent so much. It's more about the character. I saw this on Facebook today. Used to be a time where hip hop was about the music. Now it's about the character.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody creates a character that they have to live up to, and the character is either gangster, so either playboy or a dope head or a dope dealer or a killer. Okay. Dope head. Okay.
It's actually relevant to be a dope head.
It's relevant to be a dope head. But it's the dumbest shit in the world. But see, again, because you so busy on that, you're not listening to nobody that did it before you. You would think somebody like Tekashi 69 would look at a Suge. Okay, that nigga fucked up. I might want to rethink my position.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But motherfuckers, because you're so busy going forward, you all gas and no brakes. And when you all gas and no brakes, you can't look behind you to see what the fuck came up behind you and what moves you may want to make to avoid the pitfalls that the person behind you made. Okay? History is a motherfucker. History ain't no mystery to nobody's history. Yeah. Okay? History ain't no mystery.
All you gotta do is a lot of history is actually documented down. People, it ain't that you smart. The smart people don't do none of the stupid stuff to be exposed. The smart people invented stuff like this. Invented this stand. That's what smart people do. They invent. Most of the people that think they smart are just in recital.
Right.
They just singing what they already know and try to make it sound fancy or this, that, and the other. And you got some people that's actually putting puzzles. Like I said, if they started putting more conscious money behind the more mental, lyrical rappers that has a lesson to be learned, like a Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole. But as soon as they come up, everybody trying to pop them and go back to this drinking this and killing my kidneys. They don't understand. And then people start having seizures and going cuckoo, and they tell you about these jail stories, like when Lil Boosie was in jail for that whatever he had. He in there like throwing up, having withdrawal symptoms and stuff like that. And I listen to the story. I said, a lot of these rappers, man, y'all been through hell and back to be on stage. First, I used to get mad at Vlad TV for always bringing the negative part. Then I started understanding, then I started thinking backwards. Dre went to jail. Quick went to jail. Snoop went to jail. Tupac went to jail. I only been to county jail. I ain't been in no prison. You know what I'm saying? Just lock my ass up for 8-9 months. Nah, but I mean, everybody that pretty much freaking went to fucking jail as an artist.
Well, but all that was before my generation. I mean, these guys, we kind of segued the generations, but I passed through Carson substation. That's it. I went to county for a day because they got my shit. My clothes got lost. Okay, it was not mandatory for me to be a gang member or to go to jail to be relevant in the music game in my era. Okay,
it's relevant now. That's the street rules, and I never did identify with that. Even though I was a gang member, I did music. There's not a checklist down there that says you have to do that. That's why they bought a person like Rick Ross that's in Miami out to tell you. The industry is owned by smart people. It's all about statistics now. They give you things in a code of numbers. Everybody got a driver's license, some a code of number. They put that fool in a position. Even though he's a decent rapper, he's an all right rapper, but he picks hell of a music. He makes a lot of good mental deals. You know what I'm saying? As far as being an executive, that's pretty good with him. But they put him in a position to do it, and he gets away with everything he do. It ain't a lot. But it's like, he ain't no gangster, but he talk all this dope slanging and, like, dude, this dude is superficial.
You know what? I see these cats sometimes, man, and I listen to the interviews on Vlad and Charlamagne the God, and it's amazing how these, you know what, man, we out in these streets, man, you know, we be putting in work, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker ain't doing this right here. And nigga, you can't talk like that in real life, man. And it's just amazing. These niggas ain't got no personalities. It's like, you know goddamn well, you playing a character. You playing a fucking character. So many of these guys are playing character. The one cat that I got love for, man, and I almost had to apologize to him because I said something one time, not really bad, but it was Cube. Cube
It's true. I got to an argument online about that.
Cube, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He may not be a gangbanger, but he's the coldest gangster in the motherfucking game. He may not be a gangbanger, but the nigga is the coldest gangster in the motherfucking game. Him and 50 Cent are the coldest motherfucking gangsters in this game. Okay?
I don't know. Nick Cannon doing pretty good for himself, too.
Okay? I ain't mad, but Nick don't have that gangster persona. Okay,
he tried, but he forgot. He's so intelligent. He erased that part.
That don't work for him. Okay, nigga, you got diamond shoes, nigga. You can't be a gangster with diamond shoes, motherfucker. It ain't gonna happen. But when far as cast that had the gangster image on stage, that took that image and converted it into a real industry and a legacy. Not that he was a gangster in far as robbing and shooting and killing motherfuckers. He took the industry, and I'm going to make you motherfuckers respect me in all kind of ways. Cube
is gifted.
3 fucking franchises, not to mention how many platinum and gold albums. 3 fucking movie franchises, okay? Are we there yet? Barbershop and Friday, okay? Now the nigga got 3, he got, not to mention a gang of movies under his belt he's played in, okay? Not to mention his own, something he created, the 3-on-3 basketball league.